Hey, good afternoon, everybody. It is December 27th, 2023. We are in the Old Testament. We are in the book of Job, and we are going to read from chapter 36, verse 22 to 37:24 today. So Elihu, however you want to pronounce it, is pronouncing his young judgment on the old men, I guess is one way to put it. And he's hitting on some truths of the sovereignty, but he wants to put it that, God doesn't really need to answer to us, so he doesn't really care about us all that much, as opposed to Job, who thinks he's in conflict. Elihu is saying, we're so beneath him that God doesn't even consider us. So he's right about God's sovereignty, but his conclusion is a little bit off. It's true that God doesn't need us, and God didn't create us because he needed us or wanted us. He created us because he wanted us to. And creation marches to God's will. And our problem is we want to look at it and apply our human nature to it, but that's not how it works. And that's essentially what all of Job's friends, Job and I, who are trying to do. They understand that God is sovereign, but they want to turn him into a king, like a human king, who's just kind of lording it over everyone, and whatever he wants to do. If he wants to kill you, he kills you. If he wants to treat you nice, he treats you nice. But we believe in a God of love who created us, and he loves us, and he actually wants us to be with him, and he's looking out for us. No, that doesn't mean that he doesn't punish us sometimes. That doesn't mean we don't have to suffer the consequences of being in a fallen world that fell because of our own disobedience. That's all true as well. But let's go ahead and we're going to read Job chapter 36, verse 22 to 37:24. Behold, God is exalted by his power. Who teaches like him? Who has assigned him his way? Or who has said, you have done wrong? Remember to magnify his work, of which men have sung. Everyone has seen it. Man looks on it from afar. Behold, God is great, and we do not know him. Nor can the number of his years be discovered. For he draws up drops of water, which distills rain from the mist, which the clouds drop down and pour abundantly on man. Indeed, can anyone understand the spreading of clouds, the thunder from his canopy? Look, he scatters his light upon it and covers the depths of the sea. For by these he judges the peoples. He gives food in abundance. He covers his hands with lightning and commands it to strike. His thunder declares it the cattle also concerning the rising storm. At this also my heart trembles and leaps from its place. Hear attentively the thunder of his voice and the rumbling that comes from his mouth. He sends it forth under the whole heaven, his lightning to the ends of the earth. After it a voice roars. He thunders with his majestic voice, and he does not restrain them when his voice is heard. God thunders marvelously with his voice. He does great things which we cannot comprehend, for he says to the snow, fall on the earth, likewise to the gentle rain and the heavy rain of his strength. He seals the hand of every man, that all men may know his work. The beasts go into dens and remain in their lairs. From the chamber of the south comes the whirlwind, and cold from the scattering winds of the north. By the breath of God ice is given, and the broad waters are frozen. Also with moisture he saturates the thick clouds. He scatters his bright clouds, and they swirl about, being turned by his guidance, that they may do whatever he commands them on the face of the whole earth. He causes it to come, whether for correction, or for his land, or for mercy. Listen to this, O Job. Stand still and consider the wondrous works of God. Do you know when God dispatches them and causes the light of his cloud to shine? Do you know how the clouds are balanced, those wondrous works of him who is perfect in knowledge? Why are your garments hot when he quiets the earth by the south wind? With him have you spread out the skies, strong as a cast metal mirror. Teach us what we should say to him, for we can prepare nothing because of the darkness. Should he be told that I wish to speak? If a man were to speak, surely he would be swallowed up. Even now men cannot look at the light when it is bright in the skies. When the wind has passed and cleared them, he comes from the north as golden splendor. With God is awesome majesty. As for the Almighty, we cannot find him. He is excellent in power. His judgment and abundant justice he does not oppress. Therefore men fear him. He shows no partiality to any who are wise of heart. May God bless the reading of his word. May God bless you. Bye.